Back at it again, Birdie's Not BS. I got my favorite co-host. She's my only co-host. Cheyenne, what's happening? What's going on?
What's up? What's going on?
Not too much. I'm starting to miss the interaction between you and I in person. I love that we're keeping the podcast going, but I miss seeing your face.
Yeah, and I think just in general, it would be nice to interact with anybody in life because I don't know about you, but I've seen about the same people every day, and that's mainly my dog and my mom. So, it's strange times, but definitely it has been different to be recording virtually, as I'm sure a lot of people can relate to.
Yeah, I feel like what we're doing right now is reflective in the whole culture right now. People doing Zoom this and Ring Central that, et cetera, getting used to this new norm. Luckily we got to play some golf on Saturday, so it was nice to see you on the golf course, though distant.
Yeah. From 6 feet away, at least. Yes, we kept our distance.
Well, as many balls as I hit in the desert, it was definitely 6 feet away.
For sure. But no, it was definitely nice to get out, get some sun. I will have to say, though, like we said, we're all adjusting to this newness of our normal lives. I've been so impressed by the golf community and how people have been adjusting to courses being closed, not being able to practice. I've seen so many posts online of golfers setting up hitting nets. I've seen backyard makeovers with putting greens and chipping stuff. And I don't know about you, but it kind of excites me. It's a new fun thing that we can do at home. Although we're in Arizona and lucky to be able to go outside. But I'm just so impressed by people's creativity and their pure love of the game through all of this.
I think people are surprised by their own creativity. I've seen, I think the new golf ball is the ping pong ball, right? I mean, I'm seeing more people hitting ping pong balls around the house. And guess that is a safe option. Do not hit most real balls around the house and bang them off walls. But no, it's been interesting. I've seen makeshift putting greens. I've seen chairs holding up multiple blankets used for hitting, nets. People inside, outside.
Inside the house, outside the house.
I wonder if people are surprised by their overall creativity, right? Did you know you could do? I didn't know you could do that.
I didn't know it was possible either. And now it's got me looking at my backyard a little differently. What can I do? Maybe I can set up, some hitting bays and have some mirrors out there that, maybe I can't go to the golf course one day, even when all of this is over, said and done, way in the past. But I feel like I might want to do something now. I'm inspired.
Uh-oh. All right. So now there's a lot of companies that you can call to get done. What do you want to put a putting green in? You just want to bathe?
We've got a lot of listeners here.
Okay, perfect backyard. All right, here we go. This is a good topic. Your perfect backyard. I know you've seen Dave Pell's and even Jim Nance's backyard with replicas and a whole bunch of different holes. You have a decent backyard for Arizona. You got a lot of space back there. You've got tangerine trees and whatever other tree fruits that grow. I don't know. Yes, I said
lots
tree
of fruit.
Fruits. What would you do?
Okay, so what I would do is, I'll set up a little hitting bay where I can hit into a net. I can set up my TrackMan to where I'm hitting real golf balls. They don't go in my neighbor's yard. I'm not breaking windows, and I can get accurate numbers, just get my practice in. I definitely want a nice little putting green. Got to work on the stroke. I think that's all I need.
Can you hit could you put a putting green back there and then have a pitching mat or a hitting mat that's away and hit I don't know, 10-yard pitches?
I think I can get about 15-yard chips in.
Oh, so you living. I'm trying to be like you when I grow up.
Yeah, man. I mean, I don't know what I've been doing for the last 6 weeks. I should have been apparently remodeling my backyard.
Under construction. That's what you should have been.
Yeah, so I don't know.
Talking about the perfect backyard, let's talk Arizona, Phoenix first. A lot of people have places that they frequent, places that they love to play, places that they aspire to play. What are some of the places you kind of here in the valley that you've played that you really enjoyed, be it the course, be it the experience, or be it the staff at the course?
Let's see. So I've lived in Arizona my whole life, and I do have to say Arizona has my absolute favorite style of golf, which is desert. I just think it's so beautiful to play in the desert, the contrast of the grass, the cacti, the mountains in the backdrop. The weather, you really can't beat it. It's dry. It's nice and hot right now. 100 degrees this week.
Already hot.
So, Arizona from the start has always just been my favorite place to play. Golf course wise, there's so many.
It's a tough call, right? So many good places.
I mean, there's so many great golf courses. So in growing up here, I've played so many courses here in Phoenix, but some of my favorites, you know, just growing up, childhood favorite course is Kierland right down the street. I had my first golf lesson ever at Kierland when I was about 7. And I still go there almost every day to this day. So that's, you know, childhood favorite. Southern Dunes down in South Phoenix is actually a Troon property. One of my favorites out here, always in great shape. And I think anywhere in northern Arizona, Sedona, Flagstaff, it's just, you can't go wrong. How about you?
I like the Champions course at TPC Scottsdale. Like, not the stadium course. I like the stadium. The stadium's cool.
Across the street. Yeah.
Across the street. Like, I feel like that course gives me a little more character, and it's not as demanding, but it's always kept in that TPC shape. So if you're looking for great options, the entire TPC network, they really keep great courses, you know, in their rotation.
Okay. I have a question for you.
Here
We're
it comes.
obviously very lucky to live in Arizona. We have lots of options of courses to play, great weather, whatever. If you were to live anywhere else and you could only play the courses in that state for the rest of your life, where would you live?
Could I have like half the season? Like, man, that's such a tough question because there's so many. There's something about California that I really enjoy.
Yeah, you can't go wrong.
You know, if I could live anywhere, I'd probably live in La Jolla. If I could just spin the globe and put my finger on somewhere I love and think it's super dope, love La Jolla. And there's a little course that I don't know if anybody's ever heard of out there that's called Torrey Pines. I absolutely adore that place. It's got a special place in my heart. Even though the one time I did play it, it was overseed. It was like that October where they overseed, and it was like horrible condition. But the layout, the people, you know, it's a public golf course. A lot of people forget that Torrey's a public, and you've got, you know, experiences out there, and it's a public golf course. You can come out and play. And it's just a beautiful facility, and it's right up against, I forget the cove that's down off the hill or whatever it's called, but love Torrey Pines, love Madeiras out there and Poway. There's just a lot of...
Man, and then if you go up north a little bit, you can hit Pebble, the Monterey area. My favorite golf course, Spyglass.
That's your favorite? Okay, or in the area or like your favorite?
So I would say my top 3 favorite golf courses in the world are Spyglass, Bandon Dunes, and Pinehurst.
Well, I can only echo Pinehurst. Pinehurst is dope. I do enjoy that one. But you might have to call in a favor for me at Bandon or Pebble because those are definitely on my bucket list. You kind of partial to Arizona. So Arizona aside, where are you going to live?
Wow. Okay, and I'm not going to choose California because you just did.
Fair.
Oh, it's hard because I hate Florida, but there's some great courses there.
And
honestly,
that's no BS. That's no BS right there.
Yeah, I can't stand Florida. Honestly, though, I would have to say going to school in North Carolina at Wake Forest really gave me a love for the golf courses there. I love the tree line. I love the weather. I love when the seasons change. I love just the different architectures of the designers of golf courses that you can get variety. I think I might choose North Carolina. And they have Cookout. So I would definitely go to Cookout and Bojangles and then go to the golf course.
You said the magic words right there. Like, that's the best part of North Carolina, of the South in general. You could go to Bojangles. They put a Bojangles in my hometown.
For those of you who are unfamiliar, they're both fast food restaurants. Not good for you at all. No, athletes should not be eating it.
Yes, they should.
But it makes you feel good. And so, yeah.
It's Southern Comfort at its finest. It's Southern Comfort at its finest. So, okay.
Yes.
There are golf courses you enjoy playing, right? Be it whatever state. But what are some of the places that you really like? Maybe it's a tour stop that you really enjoy going to because of the people in the course. Like, what are some of those places that you like or enjoy?
I think that's what's so unique about golf is that, yes, you're going to play this one golf course, 18 holes, but a lot of times a golf trip, a golf tournament is more than just that. Like you said, it's the people, it's the weather, it's the city, it's the restaurants that are in the area. So for me, playing on tour the last few years, my favorite stop has always been Portland, Oregon.
Really?
Yeah, Portland has such a cool downtown. There's a lot of foodies in the area.
I didn't see that coming.
Really?
Didn't see it coming.
Yeah.
Nope, missed that one.
Portland, Oregon. We play a great golf course, but the downtown area, the food is just amazing. The people are different, and they're cool, and it's just good energy, and it's just a really beautiful city to go to.
They say a lot of people up in Oregon are like super chill. Now I know they got all the weed to smoke in the world up there, but I am saying like people are really cool. Like the people I've met from Oregon seem really dope. And I mean, you got like Pumpkin Ridge out in Oregon. There's some really solid spots.
Yes.
What's the course out there you guys play?
We play Columbia Edgewater. It's right next to the airport, not far from downtown. So for us, like, we go to some really cool places, but we also go to some cities that are kind of in the middle of nowhere. It's a little quieter, more so just focused on golf. But when you go to a city like Portland, I feel like you get the best of both worlds. You have a great golf tournament, and then you have a great city that you can enjoy as well. And it creates a really well-balanced week for us out there. So Doug, you've played a lot of competition golf, a lot of competitive golf, and you've also played and traveled a lot just for fun. What's been your favorite stop or somewhere that you just can't get enough of?
I'm gonna give you one place for sure, and it always comes to my mind when I think about golf, and it's Bogota, Colombia. You know, I've had the chance to go down there three or four times. I can't remember. 3 times I think, and I've got to play a few courses down in that city, and it is definitely a treat. One, the food is phenomenal. The people are amazing, and everybody's pretty down in Colombia. Like everybody's gorgeous. Like I don't understand everybody.
And the dogs, accents, I'm sure, are
dogs are pretty in Colombia.
Oh,
the culture is so rich. It's great, and the golf courses are some of the best maintained courses I've ever seen.
Wow.
And I don't know if you've ever played down in South America, and even a couple places in Mexico. I played in Aguascalientes, Mexico, and you know what I like about playing golf in Latin America is the clubs or the campestres it's a hub for just social life, you know, in some of these areas. So it's not only the place where you play golf, but it's the place where the youth recreational sports leagues are, the squash courts, the tennis courts, even the basketball courts. You know, there are fitness classes and gyms, and all these things are happening right there at the campestre. So I really enjoy, you know, playing golf in Latin America. And completely flip side to that, sneaky place is Columbus, Ohio. Columbus, Ohio, by far has to be one of the sneakiest, best golf towns you can go to. So I'm about to come right back at you with that one.
Biased at all?
I'm not biased at all because I used to live there and I met my wife there. But
okay,
there's a lot. Like think about golf. There's some sneaky cities, you know, throughout the United States where you can really play a lot of great golf in the short drive to each course. So,
yes,
which sneaky city would you say that might surprise some folks that are good for golf?
Somewhere that surprised me was when we played down in Alabama. You know, down in the South, there's a lot of great Robert Trent Jones golf courses. And literally in the middle of, what city is it in? I'll have to look it up. But somewhere in Alabama we were. And literally this beautiful, like, U.S. Open style golf course in the middle of this small town. And it was absolutely beautiful. But you know, little towns like that where you find those hidden gems, I think are always exciting as a golfer.
Yeah, you don't expect it.
You don't. No, you don't.
You go into this town that's got, you know, 1,200 people, including the dogs and cats, and there's this championship, phenomenal, well-manicured, immaculate golf course.
Yes, and I think a lot of people would be surprised. You know, they assume that, you know, the big-name golf courses. You know, okay, Scottsdale, Monterey, Orlando, wherever you might go, the big cities that are known for golf. But there are a lot of hot spots and hidden gems within whatever part of the country you live in. So I would suggest people maybe do a little bit of research, find some hidden gems in your area or in driving distance, especially, you know, now where people don't really want to travel a whole lot. But find some hidden gems and you'll be surprised for sure. And it's always exciting to find a new favorite course. So you never know.
You know, domestically, and I'm going to come at you quickly with internationally because you are one of the most well-traveled people I know, under 30. I say.
Not for
you look at
long.
I know, right? But you look at places like Myrtle Beach or the most random, not random, it's not, I don't want to disrespect the area, but Kohler, Wisconsin. You know, you've got like 10 courses, you know, Erin Hills, Whistling Straits, Black Wolf Run. There's, and I'm leaving out a couple because I forgot, but it's cool. Like that's an area that is a hotbed for golf. Absolutely just all you want.
Yeah, and would catch a lot of people. I mean, if you're a golf nerd, you would know about it. But most people wouldn't think, okay,
Thanks,
Kohler,
Shia.
Wisconsin. Well, we all are, right? But a lot of people would not assume, okay, Kohler, Wisconsin, like, what are you going there for? Why are you vacationing there? But they have some of the best golf courses in the whole country there, right next door to each other. So
it's like, isn't that the guy that made the sinks? Yes, we are talking about the Kohler family that makes the sinks and the faucets. That's exactly who.
Isn't that where their headquarters is? I remember driving by it, and like they have all the warehouse and.
I'll have to take your word for that.
Yeah.
Because I've never been to Wisconsin.
They do. Oh, okay.
I've never been to Wisconsin.
They do. Okay, they do.
I had a chance to play Aaron Hills, but I missed it. And it was right after the U.S. Open, so I'm still kicking myself for that one. So, internationally, we're going global because our show's global. I don't know if you guys know that or not. But we're global. Like Cheyenne. Shy, internationally, what do you like?
Any golf course in the country of Scotland, because I love links golf. And
why? Why do you love links golf?
I hate cold weather, so that kind of goes against that. But I love the elements. Whether it's cold, it's windy, it's rainy, you have to adjust. Every day is so different. Every day the golf course plays completely different. I love a good knockdown shot, and links golf just is set up for that. You control your ball flight. You can be creative around the greens, from the fairway, use the slopes. And it's beautiful. You know, there's not a lot of elevation change. It's pretty flat. So once you're looking at the course, it's just so relaxing and peaceful to where you just look out and see everything. And Scotland, to me, has always just been the purest form of golf. It's where golf originated. There's so much history out there around the game of golf. So for me, it just feels like you're getting back to the roots of what the game was built around.
What is links golf anyway?
I don't know the exact definition, but to me, links golf means very flat. A lot of times you can't tell the difference between the green and the fairway. Very firm. It's made to play very firm, usually very windy. Oh, the bunkers are nasty, right? Everyone's seen a British Open or St. Andrews, and you don't want to be in the pot bunkers. Yeah, I mean, that's links golf to me.
Yeah.
So links golf have you played much links golf or...
Not like overseas. I've never been overseas to play, but you know, I actually grew up on a links style golf course back home in Kentucky. You know, with the links layout, you're going to see a lot more holes running parallel to each other with thicket between the two fairways. So because the land isn't so divided by the holes and the trees and the waters and those types of things, you're going to get a lot of holes that run parallel to each other, or they run perpendicular to each other, or they actually will go straight out towards a south direction, and they'll come straight back in on a northward direction, or they'll, you know, it could be they work in a circle like at Muirfield Village. You know, it's a different style of golf. It's a different design as it relates to how the course is. There's not a lot of trees in link style golf, and it's
none.
It's a style of golf where you can play a ground game, and that's one thing I want to ask you specifically, because out here in Scottsdale, being a new Arizonan, I feel like there are some parallels between links golf and desert golf. Like, how do you feel? Like, I feel like you can play a ground game well when you don't have to hit it over the desert, clearly. But there's a lot more ground game you can play.
Yeah, and I think with Arizona being so naturally dry, obviously firm ground, there are some similarities to how you can play. We don't have the wind, you know, we don't have the elements of having to deal with any type of weather. But, you know, depending on, obviously, the course design, Arizona would naturally set up for a link style of play where you can keep it on the ground, you can putt. You know, we don't have that thick Bermuda rough like out in Florida or in the South. So you can be a little bit more creative around the greens, bump and run, putt, and just be a little bit more creative. All
right, so before we get technical, one question. You get one golf course to play every day, anywhere in the world, but you're not going to play anywhere else. What course are you playing?
I play it every day for the rest of my life. So that means I have to be there every day.
Well, I mean, it's a figure of speech, but...
Because I'm going to pick the course down the street. Okay, if I had to play a golf course every day, honestly... Okay, I'll pick one I haven't said yet. Royal Melbourne in Australia. Another one of my favorites internationally. They had the President's Cup there last year. Amazing. Again, another link style golf course, but... just absolutely from 1 to 18, just beautiful.
And we'll take
very,
your
very
word
challenging. Yes. Okay. What about you? Give me yours.
I knew it was coming. I should have not asked that question.
You had time. Come on.
One course to play every day for the rest of my life, public or private, or any. It doesn't matter.
Either.
I'm going to say San Francisco Golf Club.
Ooh, fancy.
I know. It's everything you want and dream golf could be. And there's Pro Vs on the range. So.
Oh.
I know.
Yeah.
It's a good
That's
feeling.
how you know it's a fancy golf course.
Yeah, right. When the Pro Vs are stacked up in pyramids on the range, and it's like,
yeah, you throw a couple of them in the bag.
That's like trick or treating. Hey, why are you telling my secrets? Like,
everybody does it.
Keep that on the low. It's like, why would I use my own Pro Vs? I use the ones from the range. I'm kidding. Please invite me out.
All right, so now it's time to get technical, but today we want to talk about how to not get too technical, especially right now where there's a lot of videos, there's a lot of information and podcasts like us, but we're good.
Yeah, we're good.
And, Golf Channel of just drills and information and things to try to help you with your game. But sometimes it's too much and sometimes you just don't want to get technical. So how can we not do that?
Here's the first thing.
How do we know?
It's hard to know. That's the problem with all the information and the sensory overload that's coming from social media and the Golf Channel and the various periodicals that come out around golf, because we all want to get better. You've been playing golf for your whole life. I've been playing golf my whole life, and we're still trying to get better every day. So when we do hear Gankis, shout out to George Gankis for being on our show. When you do hear George Gankis talking about getting Scooby might not be for you. You might not need to get Scooby. I don't know what the opposite of it is, but you might need to be working on that. So it's hard to discern, and I really don't have an answer for this, to be honest. I just need people to be aware. It's hard to discern information that a coach is giving to another player that you're taking and adopting and trying to bring it into your own game. And you might be doing what this coach is trying to teach this player. So by you taking his information or her information, you might be exacerbating what you already do and making you worse.
Right. And I always tell people that it's great to have just maybe one or two swing thoughts that you want to work on. And with that, you have one or two drills. So yes, you might be slicing it. You might be having trouble with weight transfer. You might be having 5 different things wrong with your swing. Just pick one, maybe 2 that you want to work on. Because I think that's another way that people can get too technical, is by taking on too much. Even as a professional, I might have a few things off of my swing. I really just am focusing on one at a time. That's all you can really handle. It's a lot of overthinking at sometimes. So
that's good advice, because I found myself, I got to a point where I was following every golf coach. Like, that was really good to me on Instagram. And every day when I was playing, I would look and see. And I got lost in the weeds to a point where I didn't even know what the fundamentals were of my own golf swing. I didn't know what. Like, there's something good in everybody's move, right? There's something good that you do. So if you can take that one thing that's good and build upon it, like, make that good thing your foundation. Maybe it's the way you transfer your weight, or maybe it's your takeaway is really, really good and on plane, or maybe your follow through is really good. Like, build upon those things rather than trying to redo and recreate everything.
Right. You don't have to be a perfectionist, and you don't have to be Tiger Woods. Be you. And just make your own game the best that you can.
All of our past episodes are able for you to go back and re-enjoy, because I know you enjoyed it the first time. So be sure that you're re-listening to episodes and ingraining some of the things that I'm saying, because I'm giving you the real. I don't know about what Cheyenne says, but what I'm telling you right now is the real facts, no BS, all birdies.
So don't forget to check us out on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, @BirdiesNotBS. And check us out on all podcast platforms. Don't forget to subscribe. And like Doug said, check out the older episodes and you'll find some hidden gems and some information that maybe you missed the first time.
Also, write us a review. Let us know what you think, and keep them questions coming at me or Shy or even our producer, Monty Bell. We see everything. We won't see you, but we see what you say. So keep them coming, and y'all will hear us next time.